You want to know why she's single? Because she became the man she said she wanted. Yeah, let that sink in. She traded softness for stress, support for status, nurture for numbers. Now she sits at the top, alone. Modern empowerment told her to be strong, but it didn't tell her how to be happy. She makes 6 figures, drives a Benz, runs a team. Cool story, sis. But when the lights go out and the laptop closes, she's still empty. She's still taking SSRIs. Nobody to hold, nobody to trust, no man to follow because she's too busy trying to be one. And this will really bake your noodle. The man she wants, they don't want her back. Because no high-value man wants to fight his girl for control. Nobody wants to come home to a second job. If your girl feels like your rival, not your relief, you're in a war, not a relationship. And that's the paradox. They became the man they used to dream about. And now no man dreams about them. Hi, my name's Paul Bauer. If you're new to the channel, I help men level up and get better with women. And the funny thing about doing that is it tends to make us better men in all areas of our lives. Let's talk facts. Feminism didn't raise women up. It turned them into competitors. Now we've got a generation of boss babes with dead eyes and fake confidence. They dominate in the boardroom, but they don't get dominated in the bedroom like they wish they could. Because even the boldest woman wants a man to take charge. They'll bark at their staff all day. But deep down, they want a man who can look them in the eye and say, sit down. Not out of hate, out of power, out of frame. But here's where most men get screwed. You can out-frame a chick who's in her masculine 24/7, but you'll burn out in the process. That's why you need to know what to watch out for, and why some women are a dead end no matter how good they look. You ever try arguing with a chick who thinks she's your boss? Exactly. It's not a relationship, it's a power struggle. Modern women got fed lies. Be like a man, work like a man, think like a man, make money, get degrees, run companies. Cool. Now what? Now they sit there wondering why no man wants to wife them up. Because newsflash, men don't typically want to date other men, except the gays. Shout out to the gays. We date women. Soft, supportive, peaceful, not confrontational, aggressive, cold. But the world told her she had to have it all. Now she's 33 with a Rolex and an iced coffee addiction. And zero idea why she can't hold down a man. Because she doesn't get it. We don't care about your LinkedIn. We don't care about your hustle. You want to know what men want? Kindness, softness, nurturing. We want a woman that makes us feel like men, not one trying to be a man. But the problem is, she's so far gone. The boss babe thing, it's not an act. It's who she's become. So when she meets a strong man, what happens? She fights him, tests him, tries to control him. And most men, they fold. They explain themselves. They negotiate. They walk on eggshells. Why? Because they think that's what being a good guy looks like. Wrong. She doesn't respect that. She eats that alive. She'll test you harder. Until one day you're resenting your own life. Living with a woman who emasculates you with every breath. And here's the truth. You can't fix that. You can't coach a woman out of her masculine. If she's been living there for years, it's not just a phase, it's her identity. And that's when you cut her loose. Not because you're scared of her strength, not because you can't handle her, but because you're smart enough not to fight her for the throne. You don't want a war. You want a relationship. But that only works when there's polarity. A masculine man, a feminine woman. That's balance. Without that, you're just roommates with negative tension and matching jawlines. We all know there's trash women out there, but there are still some good women too. And I'll show you how to find them. Because yeah, they still exist. You just need to stop wasting your time on the wrong ones. And I'll show you exactly how to do that using something called a contenders list. All right, let's get to the real solution. Because yeah, there's still good women out here. Not many, but enough. And finding them, that takes precision. That takes standards, not feelings, not vibes, not hoping she's different this time. You need a damn system. That's where the contenders list comes in. It's straight out of my book, Everything I Wish I Knew When I Was 18. If you haven't read it, what are you waiting for? You're behind. Because that list, this one right here, it filters out frauds fast. It helps you stop getting distracted by curves and chaos. It helps you start paying attention to the things that matter. Behavior. Does she support your mission? Does she want peace or drama? Does she make things better or harder? And I don't mean hard in a good way. You write it all down in this list. You rank it ruthlessly. And if she doesn't meet the standard, she's out. You cut her loose. Dunzo. Bye, Felicia. No second chances, no projects, no fixer-upper fantasies. Because the second you compromise on that list, you're done, bro. You'll blink and realize you traded your future for a pretty face and a sharp tongue. The list is law, gentlemen. And don't get it twisted. A truly feminine woman, she wants a man with standards. It turns her on that you have boundaries, that you have a plan, that you're not just bending because she's cute. She respects that. And guess what? Those women are dying for a strong man to actually show up because we've been so distracted by the masculine monsters in makeup that we forgot what to even look for. You don't need to fight with every chick that barks at you. Just walk away. Let her play CEO of nothing by herself. While you focus on the ones who want to be women. There's peace in that. There's clarity in that. And when you meet one of those rare women, you'll feel it. You won't be drained. You'll be driven. She'll support you, not compete with you. She'll lean in, not push back. But you'll only find her when you commit to the contenders list. No list? No luck. So what happens when you do meet that feminine woman? How should you show up like the man she's been praying for? So let's say you finally do meet one who gets it. She's not trying to overpower you. She's not living in attack mode. She's calm. She listens. She wants to do nice things for you. You can sense it. You're not on edge. You're focused. And now it's on you to hold that. Because the second you hesitate, she's watching. Not with hate, not with spite. Can this guy handle it? Not drama, not chaos, but life. She doesn't need you to babysit her emotions. She needs to feel your direction, not through your words, but through your actions. You book the spot, you stand by your word, you show up on time. You don't need to raise your voice to show strength. You don't need to explain yourself 10 times. You just move with certainty. That's what separates guys that hold attention from guys who just get it for a minute. You don't need to control her. You need to control yourself. That's frame. And when you stay rooted, she relaxes because she finally feels safe to be feminine. She's been stuck in survival mode for years. She's had to be sharp to keep the wolves away. But if you're steady, she can finally put the armor down. That's the payoff. But let me give it to you straight. If she can't, if she's addicted to being in charge, interrupting, over talking, micromanaging everything, you're not in a relationship. You're in a contest. And you're better off walking away before you burn out trying to outframe her. It's not about flexing power. It's about not wasting your time and dating with intention. And sometimes the smartest thing you can do, step aside and save your energy for a woman who wants to be with you, who wants what you have to offer. Strong frame isn't just about dominance. It's about knowing who you are and what you want. And a woman who's still in touch with her feminine, she won't fight it. She'll welcome it. Now let's talk about how to spot that from the first conversation. So you don't waste time trying to fix what was never yours to repair. You can spot it early. You just have to pay attention. If the first conversation feels like a debate, she's not it. If she talks over you, one-ups you, tries to correct you, she's not it. If she makes every moment a power play, you're not there to fight. You're not there to change her behavior. You're there to test for interest and test her ability to follow your lead, to facilitate fun and the right woman doesn't test you like it's her job. She wants you to set the tone, not hear you talk about it. And she shows you early in her body language, in her tone, in how she looks at you when you speak. If there's a lot of negative tension from day one, it's not going to get better. That's a preview of hell. But when you meet a good one, you'll know. She listens. She adds peace. She gives you space to think because she respects you. And that only happens when you respect yourself. So stop giving time to women who need to be convinced. Start watching how they react when you stop giving them attention. The truth reveals itself fast when you're not chasing approval. You want to win? Have a standard. Stick to it. Watch who disqualifies themselves. And when you finally meet one that flows with your direction, don't fumble it by playing nice. Hold your ground, set the tone, lead the dance. That's what she wants. That's what works. Now, if this hit home for you, like, subscribe, and hit those notifications. And don't forget, I'm live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. You're not going to want to miss it. I hope to see you in the chat.